The next bout up is a heavyweight bout between Te Rangi, Muay Thai world champion from New Zealand, versus Jim Mullen, the first American fighter from the USA. He's the WK North American heavyweight champion. And we got the big guys coming in here now, Benny. What do we know about this fighter from New Zealand?
Well, you know, here I tell you, you're gonna. I expect. The last time I saw him, I had the opportunity to see him fight, and he is fantastic. Almost 90% of his KOs were were roundhouse kicks and ball kicks to the head. So you can expect a lot of high kicks instead of low kicks. Usually, most of the fights you see low kicking, sweeps and thigh kicks. We're gonna expect to see a lot of high kicks from this gentleman here.
Well, that's what the crowd likes to see.
Oh yeah.
And what about Jim Mullen from the U.S.?
Well, Jim Mullins, I've had the opportunity to see him fight on several occasions, Don. And Jim Mullins really is a fairly awkward fighter, an elusive fighter, and I think that's one of his greater attributes. He's quick for a heavyweight. He lands a lot of shots, so it's going to be interesting to see the way that he handles Te Rangi. Te Rangi.
Okay. Here, Te Rangi, he has. He's coming in with 26, 26 wins and 5 losses, no draws, and I tell you what, 15 by KO. I tell you, most of those 15 by KOs were knocked out by round kicks to the head with his legs.
That's what the crowd likes, Benny. I know that. They like those head kicks.
Well, you're going to see a lot of high kicks from this gentleman here, because I tell you, Hirowa is one that was known for his kicking ability, high kicking ability.
Well, they're both very experienced fighters, but it's the first Draka fight for each of these two guys, so that's going to add an element. Blakey, what about Jim Mullen?
Well, Jim Mullen, you see him coming into the ring. You hear his fans that are here. They're excited about him. He's got 16 wins, 1 loss with 11 KOs. He puts his shots together well. He's elusive, like I was saying earlier, and he's fairly quick for a big guy. So, tonight it's going to really be a fight of styles, and it's going to be who gets to who first. The heavyweights come in with a big wallop, and it's usually who gets off first, Don.
Right, when they land one, it's usually good night. This is an 8-round bout. It's in the heavyweight division, which in Draka is from 200 to 210 pounds.
I think, Don, you're going to see a lot of speed out of these two heavyweights. Basically, you see heavyweights, you're looking for big, bolo, rooting punches and kicks. But I think the audience are going to get a surprise to see, Hirowa, especially as tall as he is, as heavy as he's a very fast kicker. I'm expecting to see some really good speed out of this gentleman here.
Also, one of the other advantages that Jim has, a lot of times he's confused fighters because of the southpaw.
In the red corner from New Zealand, wearing blue trunks with white trim, his record 26 wins, 5 losses, 15 wins by knockout, Muay Thai world champion at 207 pounds, the Kiwi destroyer, Te Rangi. And the blue corner from the United States of America, wearing the black trunks, his record 1 loss, 11 wins.
Well, this is the first for me. I've seen a lot of kickboxing matches. I actually have not seen anybody with, I don't know, would you call those Speedos, Benny?
Well, you know what? I think that, I don't know if he's thinking that he's going to be doing some type of grappling or anything, but for sure, I guess he was thinking that definitely he's not gonna be able to throw him, that's for sure.
Well, I noticed they've already made a little contact. They touched noses in there. Isn't that a little unusual?
Well, they were all up in each other's face, no question about that. How do you do? My name is Sue.
Yeah, I think we're in for a pretty strange bout here.
Well, You know, for being heavyweights, I think we can expect some faster speeds out of both of them.
Right off the bat, you got a thigh kick by Te Rangi, and you see Mullen trying to double up on a left hook. Fake right leg, overhand right by Mullen.
As you can see here, he's going low, and I've heard he'll go low, and then all of a sudden he'll bring it up high.
Well, he did it very effortlessly. He took one to the head, and it took no effort at all. You see, Mullen is really coming in with the punching. The American fighters seem to be the better boxers as far as around the world when it comes to kickboxing. And to Draka. This is being a Draka fight. He seems to be the better puncher.
Well, Don, Don, and usually in Russia, they use their boxing ability really a lot. But again, you're talking about Jim here. He does have good hands. He's very strong, and using his hands quite well. Nice lead-ins and so forth. He's just taking his time.
Effective side kick by Jim Mullen in the black shorts.
Again, we have two fighters inexperienced under these rules, the Draka rules, but good show.
Referee Marcos Gonzalez decided not to call it a knockdown, but it was a good back leg takedown. Referee warning him there about the elbow, Don. A good leg kick that landed right on the thigh of Te Rangi.
And because this is an 8-round fight, there's plenty of time for that leg kick to wear you down. The shorter the fight, the less the leg kicks really matter. But when you have a longer fight, you start landing them in the first round like this, then they may add up.
But without a doubt, they do affect you as they go along. As you can see, Jim, he's pretty much going low. And I was expecting from here actually to go low and go high. He hasn't did it in this round, but we'll see how the rounds progress. Bringing those legs up a little higher.
Well, for heavyweights, I think it was a lot of action this first round. Jim Mullen's really coming out and trying to get the respect of Te Rangi right off the bat. And, I think that he was successful in getting some respect. As we've seen him here right above us over the ropes, he hit him with a nice thigh kick that kind of buckled the legs a little bit of Te Rangi. So it is early in the fight. There is a lot of time.
There goes that high kick.
Very impressive for a man of his size.
Yes, I tell you, for what I know of him, that he does. He is a good high kicker.
And there again, you see they both were going to the legs. And, that's punishing those blows to the legs. They're both clashing those shins against each other. Using spinning leg kicks, and these are big boys in there, Don.
They're burning a lot of energy. Now there they tried to do a takedown.
Yes, Jim actually attempted a takedown, but it didn't work.
Benny, that move that Jim Mullen just made right now, fake kick over the top of the right hand, looks like a technique that you developed about 20 years ago.
Hey, well, nice round kick. Jim, just, beautiful round kick.
Jim's landing some pretty decent punches in there. He's got Te Rangi covering up on the inside.
And Mullins really has been, keeping up quite a pace, and I'm just wondering if it's going to begin to affect him, Don, as we begin to see him breathe a little harder here at the end of the second round.
It's unusual for heavyweights to have this kind of a pace going into the second round.
No question. And you see, You see Hideo Te Rangi just taking his time. His breathing looks good. He's being patient. No question that Jim is controlling the fight. But my question is, it is scheduled for 8.
How long can he keep it up?
Usually for heavyweights, heavyweights to have that kind of pace, it does affect them. They will slow down, and then if they get caught in the later rounds with a nice shot, it will affect them, heavy.
Well, no question that, Jim Mullen's there on the screen is in control of the fight at this time. I'm sure, Hirangi's corner is exhorting him to go ahead and, pick up the pace. Let's get into the fight. It's interesting to see these two big heavyweights both trying to land those big spinning back kicks.
That's unusual to see. You see heavyweights throw spinning back kicks, spinning wheel kicks, any type of ground wheel kicks to be thrown from a heavyweight is really very rare to see. Usually you'll find lighter weights doing that kind of movement, jump kicks, spinning back kicks, pressing kicks. But they seem to be very good, experienced fighters in good condition. Again, we'll find out as the later rounds who has the better condition.
Well, I've been impressed with their condition so far.
Yes.
These guys did not do any pacing. They came right out to fight from the round 1. No takedown. It looked more like some kind of a tackle or something. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
I'm seeing that he's starting to get a little bit more aggressive. He keeps coming forward.
Both fighters going down low to the leg kicks. A clash of legs there. This time,
Two shins.
Yes, no question.
I got one thing to say about that. Ouch.
They do hurt.
Mullen's trying to work on the inside with that uppercut. Attempted high kick by Mullins.
Well, you have to give it to both of them. They definitely got a nice pace going for heavyweights, that's for sure.
I'm very impressed. A lot of action. They're both big.
There's that rock kick I was talking about.
He came right back with another one.
No question he's loading up on that right leg.
Yeah.
And, Jim Mullen's very fortunate that he had his gloves up high, because if not, that shot could have done some real damage.
Well, kicks like that that he's known for, that he's knocked out most of the opponents with that type of high round kicks.
He keeps throwing the spinning back fist, but he's not going to hit him the way he's doing it. He's not doing anything before the spinning back fist. He's just throwing it, and he hasn't landed one yet. In fact, I think he's landed closer with his elbow.
Well, he keeps trying them, though.
Back it up. All right, back up.
Usually most fighters, they do the way they've been practicing, and it becomes habit. Whether it's useful or not, they just throw it.
Whatever you do in practice, that's what you're going to do in the real thing.
Under pressure, yes, indeed.
I also noticed Te Rangi getting in kind of a Thai boxing stance. He kind of put his elbows in, put his hands on Mullen's head as a defensive thing. As we said, whatever you do, that's what you resort to when you're under stress.
You can see that he's got he's got a mixture between Thai moves, but he's still got that Taekwondo round kick type of move. Brings it
Beautiful head kick.
Well, no question, tonight that Jim Mullins has, for the first 2 rounds, set the tempo of the fight. And like you were alluding to, Don, you see Te Rangi, using that Thai clinch, kind of resting and kind of relaxing himself. But at this point of the fight, I'd have to give Jim Mullins, I'd have my head on the scorecards. Although at one point of that round, we've seen Hirangi really starting to load up with that right leg.
You unofficially, we have it at ringside for Mullen right now, going into the 4th round.
Oh, nice. Nice fake. Oh, beautiful round kick. Beautiful round kick.
And you know what? It didn't do the damage I thought it was, Benny. And you see right away, it really lit up Rangi. And he started going down low with a lot of power kicks through the leg.
You know what? I'll tell you. Here was really now.
He attempted to throw.
Here was right now is starting to get very aggressive, with his kicking now. You can see he's loading up low. Let's see if he goes high with it.
Seeing Mullins there attempt that throw, but to no avail.
seems to me I see a little fatigue in Hirangi. Seems a little more tired now. Maybe that little flurry between the two of them took it out of both of them.
Well, you know, grappling really takes a lot out of you, you know, I mean, especially in the clinch and stuff. It starts to wear on you more from an outside fighter. Basically, inside fighting is really exhausting. You have to be in good shape for inside fighting.
Different kind of conditioning to be a grappler and a striker. They both take conditioning, but they're different kinds of conditioning.
Good spinning wheel kick.
Beautiful kick. Didn't land.
Over the top with an overhand left by Mullins. It landed flush on the chin of Te Rangi.
Oh, good little short right there by Te Rangi. Oh, uppercut.
Oh, there's that
roundhouse kick.
There's that roundhouse kick I was talking about.
He surprised me with those punches, though.
Jim comes back with his own round kick.
He's got to set that spinning back fist up if he's going to land it.
Attempted.
It looked like he had Te Rangi down on his head. Did you see? I think he drove his head into the mat a little bit.
Well, you know, I think he attempted the round kick, but he collapsed it and ended up driving his head through the mat.
Yeah, that wasn't a clean takedown, but they are trying it. I mean, they are fighting. It's Draka. It's not kickboxing. Throws are legal.
Exactly, and whether, you know, it becomes a successful throw or not, his head still hit that canvas.
Indeed.
And there's no question that that's going to do some damage.
Sure did.
You know, Blinky, I tell you from as we were watching some other type of grappling fighting, but you notice is when you get later on the rounds that when they start to get tired, then they start doing desperate moves, and the desperate moves is the ones that they really hang on to. You know, they hang on to as like their last resort, whether it be right, cross, or the way they've been practicing with that round kick. Like for instance, Hirowa, he seems to come in and waiting for that round kick, and he'll throw it. And
well, here we are in round 5, and how do you have it scored, Blake?
Well, you know, at this time, I got Mullins ahead. You know, Te Rangi has tried to press the attack, but really Mullins has landed the cleaner of the shots. He's come out, he's thrown more technique, and I think he's ahead.
And he's coming out again to start of this round. Very aggressive, digging to the body with the punches. Agree with you. I have to put Jim Mullen ahead on my scorecard officially.
Well, Jim right now is being more aggressive and actually hitting, you know, more inside punches, whether he's going upward or straight with them. But you know, he's throwing those short uppercuts and crosses and trying to go for the takedowns.
And even if they're not landing clean, their glancing blows are doing some damage.
Good right leg with the body of Hirawa Te Rangi by Jim Mullins now. And, you know, really, you know, if you look at, you know, Hirawa Te Rangi, Don, he's really not throwing a lot in volume. And when he does throw, he's really not landing anything flush, really, on Jim Mullins.
I think he's getting tired. Take a look at Te Rangi right now. Look at him. He's looking tired.
I think it's the fatigue. I think it's catching up to him.
Well, you know, you can only take shots for so long, and it's going to wear you down.
But Jim keeps on throwing those 2 and 3s at a time.
And he's been pretty good at working the body. He's not just been a headhunter. I've seen him throw some rights to the body.
No question. He's utilized the whole body. He's gone to the leg, he's gone to the body, he's gone to the head.
I think Jim is basically talking about a little bit, but now he's working the legs. He's kind of been doing it all.
Nice stiff jab.
Maybe we should have wore those Speedos. I don't know.
Well, he's definitely taking it from side to side.
Nice right hook.
Good little combo inside there. I think he took that round. What do you think, Blake?
Well, you know, Jim Mullins, he comes out, he's a busy fighter, he's a quick fighter. He doesn't try to load up all the time, but he's constantly coming at you. And that is what I think is surprising Te Rangi. Te Rangi comes in, he's more methodical, you know, and here Jim Mullins just all over him.
I think that Te Rangi right now is loading up on each shot, whether it be a kick or a punch. But you find Jim, you know, he's throwing them, whether he's not throwing them trying to knock out blows, but he's throwing them in combination of 2s and 3s, short ones, but they do add up as they go along.
I like the fact that he's mixing it up too, Benny. You know, he's the one, although not cleanly scoring takedowns. He's tried to do the grappling. He's tried to throw Te Rangi. He's worked the legs. We've seen him work the legs. He's worked the hand combinations. I think Jim's pretty much been a well-rounded fighter tonight to his advantage.
I agree, Don. Right now, he's actually, he's tried everything. So far, I mean, he tried from real kicks to everything he hasn't tried yet is a jump kick yet. Oh, nice left cross.
Inside thigh sweep, they come right back with that left uppercut. You know, Jim, like you said earlier, he's not landing big, but he's landing consistent.
It's almost like a, you know, hit and run, stick, and then gets out of the way.
That spinning back fist landed that time, Don. Some of the other ones weren't landing, but that one did land.
And the overhand right almost landed.
There you see Te Rangi try to call out.
Nice spinning wheel kick.
Yeah, but he just kind of drifted up there. Nice, clean score, but didn't have a lot behind it. Didn't have a lot.
You're right. He was off balance at the time, but you know, to find a heavyweight to be doing something like that is you don't find too often.
I think we got a takedown here. I think Jim actually might have scored one here. No, he is calling it. The referee, I believe, did call that a clean takedown.
Called it for 1 point. There's that jab. You know, I'd like to see somebody try to jab Jim Mullen's mouthpiece. It just came out. Oh, good spinning back. It's over the top of the right hand. And how often do you see that happen? You know, Te Rangi, you don't see him bobbing. You don't see him moving.
No, he's in trouble. He's definitely in trouble.
No, and his hands are really starting to drop on him now, Benny.
You know, I tell you, he's almost like a stand-up fighter.
He's almost sitting down in the ring. He's tired.
Yes,
I think he's tired.
The wear and tear.
Here we are halfway through the 6th round, and there's still 2 long rounds after this. You know, Mullins has really, you know, utilized, you know, all of his, you know, professionalism. He's used the jab. He's used the spinning back kick. He's gone to the legs with the thigh kicks. He's tried to do, you know, the takedowns, the Draka moves, and no question, he's dictating this fight.
Look at his trouble. He's got in trouble. He's got Te Rangi in trouble. He's crowding himself. He needs to back up and just pick a shot.
No question, Don.
And I think the exhaustion is catching up to Te Rangi right now.
Bell basically saved him on that one.
And there you even see him shaking his head as he's walking back to his corner. He's frustrated, there's no question. He's just eating a lot of leather tonight, guys.
Yes, he's taking a lot of punishment, and
No question.
I don't know if he thought that he was going to come over here and actually just take out Jim with a round kick like he's been doing with his other opponents. But Jim is really, you can see, Jim Mullen seems to really be not only a well-rounded fighter, but he absorbs well. He seems to know the ring. He seems to utilize it very
You know
well.
what I like most about Jim is the fact that he has done, as we said before, everything. He has attempted the takedowns. He has scored with the takedowns. He has worked the legs, the body, and he's landed a few good telling blows with his fists. I mean, well-rounded fighter.
Every time he punches forward, the legs go.
We're here in Inglewood, California for the WWDF World Championship Professional Draka fights.
And you know, also what is really, surprising is, most when you see Jim breathing through his mouth every round, but every round he comes out and every round he starts putting them shots together. You know, some fighters, sometimes when they got a deviated septum.
Oh, big overhand right.
Overhand right. You know, they have problems breathing through their nose, so they breathe through their mouth. They look a lot more tired than they really are. Because in every round, I've seen Jim breathing through his mouth like he's totally out of gas, and he comes out, and he comes out with action every round.
Well, you know, Blanky, you announced my last fight, and you saw me breathing out my mouth. I always breathe out my mouth, whether I was tired or not, so maybe Jim's the same way. He's the aggressor, he's breathing out of his mouth, but he's the one throwing all the leather.
We've just seen Te Rangi stick his tongue out at Mullins.
Better watch that.
You know, and I don't understand it because, what Te Rangi needs to do is start sticking out a right hand or a right leg because he's losing this fight. He's down on the cards, in my opinion.
I've never seen a fighter knocked out with a tongue.
Well,
there he attempted to take that again,
yeah.
Unsuccessfully, but he gets 2 points for an attempt here. On my score.
Unofficial score.
I give him an E for effort.
There we go. But he keep, I tell you, Bill just keeps on walking forward, just keeps, keeps pressing it, keeps on coming forward, but he takes a lot of punishment, a lot of shots. He's been taking it, absorbing a lot.
Watch out for that toe. Here we go. Another one. I think he hurt him. He hurt him with that takedown, though. He took something out of him. His head hit that bottom ring rope really hard.
And you see Jim picked him up and then did a back leg takedown.
Yes.
As he took him down to the
hurt.
ring.
He's hurt from it. The takedown actually took some out of him. He's ready to go.
Yes, yes.
I think if Jim backed up to a kick, there it is. There's one.
He attempted it, Don. It must have been reading your mind. It just didn't land. That lands, it's over. And you see Jim now, he's holding on. He's saying,
he's a little
my
tired.
God, yes, he is. But he's got the right to be. He's been throwing shots the entire night.
Now he's done it all. He's done the takedowns, the head kicks. Now, one thing we haven't commented on, Jim also has got the hair.
That's right.
He's got the cut.
Well,
Check that out.
He's definitely got the looks, that's for sure. But I tell you what, throughout the fight, Jim's actually, even though, I tell you, kept on walking forward, kept on pressing forward, but, Jim just kept on just collecting the point, collecting those kicks and punches short, but constantly throwing them.
Well, to give credit to Te Rangi, I will say this. 3 rounds ago, I wasn't sure if he'd be here now. It's the 8th round, the last round. He's still here. He's still with us. He got thrown down hard. He got back up. He's still in this fight, but he needs a knockout as we see it here at ringside. But I got to tip my hat off to him. He is still in the fight. He's still coming forward.
Well, he came a long way, and, he's not going to lay down, that's for sure.
Could you come any further than New Zealand, Ben? Is there a country further from America than New Zealand?
And right there you see Mullins come out and immediately jump on him. And I think Jimbo really, as his friends call him, Jimbo, he wants the KO.
He wants a KO, and that could be dangerous for him because he's got a guy that needs a knockout to win.
That's true.
Come on, here, Les! Save it to Rod here, come on!
Okay, Jim looks like he's going to try that. And I think I might have seen a knee in there.
Well, you know what? Out of desperation, you start throwing, and sometimes, nice jump.
Attempted ball kick by Te Rangi.
Well, I'll say this. He has landed some of the nice kicks, but they don't have anything on him, Betty.
That's true.
He's too tired.
There's nothing behind him.
If they did, Jim would have been out of it.
But he's still there. He's still in front of Jim, and he keeps trying.
He's still trying. You're right. There you go. He's
spinning back fist.
Over the top of that left hand by Jimbo again. And he's, being more conservative with his punches. Obviously, Jim Mullins is tired he's in the last round of the fight. And if Jim is smart, he just takes his time. He's winning the fight. Why take a chance? But that must just be the fighter in him.
Well, you can tell, the wear and tear on both of them this last round, and they're both tired. But you know what? They're still there. They're still in front of each other. They're still throwing, as tired as they are.
Well, Draka takes a lot out of you. When you can grab, tackle, throw, kick, punch. What else is there?
Without a doubt. This what makes the sport so exciting.
Oh! I think you might call that a souffle.
It was attempted throw.
He gave him 1 point. He gave him a point for that. He does nothing. He needs it. 10 seconds left in the fight.
Yeah, sure. That was. For heavyweights, non-stop action.
Action-packed. No pacing, no dancing away from each other, no staring, no stare down.
No.
They started making contact before the bell rang, if you remember. These are the guys that touch noses.
That's right.
And they didn't stop till the final bell in the 8th round.
Well, they definitely came to fight, without a doubt.
I think that's been the crowd pleaser of the evening. They always like the heavyweights.
Thank you, Lord.
Well, to see heavyweights actually, Jim be throwing so many different kicks and punch and throws. And, as you said, Don, he tried everything.
He did it all.
Hey, Speedo's